Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So the other day I was actually pulled my 3DS out for the first time in a long time, and I went on their little marketplace. I had the urge to play a Pokemon game, and I haven't. It's been a while since I have, but the Nintendo marketplace is all right. You know, they've got some of the older games listed on there, which is honestly what I wanted, and they were all right priced, I guess. It was Pokemon Yellow is what I downloaded, and I want to say it was $15 or $20. That's kind of the topic of this video, is about the price of video games, specifically the Pokemon games. A couple months back, Video Game Donkey put out a video about the video game pricing, and one of the things that he brings up when it comes to early video game titles and how inflation comes into effect, you end up with games that in today's money would cost, $120, $150 for, you pay $20 then, but just inflation, of course. And this would have been for like first gen consoles like Atari, ColecoVision, things like that. As time has progressed, we've kind of reached a resting cap of this $60, $70 video game. I remember when I was first buying video games, it was a $50 tag, 50 to 60. Probably as I started to get into high school, and maybe up until the last few years, it was the $60. That was it. That was the staple. And then now, as we get into this new generation, you are starting to get $70 price tags, as it seems like that's going to become the norm. I'm not really bothered with the price of video games themselves. Usually for me, I don't buy games day of release. I'm cheap. That's just me. There are a few companies that I'm willing to risk the, day one bugs, and I'm willing to fork over the $60 or $70 price tag for. Pretty much any From Software game. I bought Sekiro day one. Probably when Concerned Ape's new game, Haunted Chocolatier, finally drops, I'll probably get that day one, but that'll probably be a $20, $25 game just because it's Concerned Ape. The Pokemon games are where I start to have a problem when it comes to waiting so you can get it cheaper. That doesn't happen with Pokemon games at all. If you look on eBay right now, if you've got an older game that you want to play and you want to play it on the original system, you're forking over some money. Even for, not sealed cartridges for DS. I think the one I saw yesterday for Heart Gold is $50 for used condition and sealed in box. Some of them were going for $250, $300 for a DS game. Now, I can understand sealed condition games, like if you're one of these just like collector types, you got your Dragon Horde of games that you're never going to touch, fine. Spend your money, whatever. Nintendo, specifically Pokemon, specifically Game Freak, has such a problem when it comes to actually putting out enough product to satisfy what people want. Definitely when it comes to Nintendo, I don't even think I need to explain that, but just to give a few examples: NES Classic, SNES Classic, the Nintendo 64 Switch controllers are already gone. When the Switch was finally, during the early days of the pandemic, you couldn't get a Switch because they could not produce them fast enough. They just don't make enough product. The problem when it comes to Game Freak is when people ROM games, they'll put them online. ROMs in and of themselves, running an emulator, the way that's not illegal is typically it'll be like it's something you own, like you own the cartridge, you put the data on your file, you run it on your computer. Emulators themselves aren't illegal. Game Freak has a huge problem when it comes to ROMs of their games. They sue everybody for that. there's a part of me that I sort of get it, because, you know, it is your intellectual property. But on the other hand, piracy does not affect video game sales or anything sales. That's proven fact. I remember when everybody was losing their minds when Diablo 2 was getting pirated. It was considered the most pirated file on the Pirate Bay. But that was when Diablo 2 was the highest selling video game of all time. When Game of Thrones was listed as the highest pirated video file on the Pirate Bay, it was the #1 sold DVD on Amazon. It does not affect your sales. The bigger problem with Game Freak is not even the ROMs, it's fan-made content. And sure, again, I understand it's your intellectual property. People are using your sprite designs, maybe your music designs and things like that. But when you have completely fan-made projects, like take Pokemon Uranium, I don't know if any of you remember that, but it was a completely fan-made game. Sure, they were using some Nintendo elements, but they created their own Pokemon. They created new Pokemon types, all new moves, and they didn't even sell it. You know, it was just somebody's fan project that they produced, put on the internet, and Game Freak sued them for it. It was up for a while, but Game Freak still sued them for it. They didn't even profit off of it. I mean, I take that back. There might have been like banner ads on the sites that it was hosted on or for downloading, sure, but I don't think the creator of that game did it with the intention to sell it for profit. They just did it because they wanted to make a game and they enjoy Pokemon. Those kind of fan-made creations like that, one, don't hurt your profits at all. If anything, they boost your profits. You're getting people who, I mean, for something like Pokemon, I would find it hard to believe that if you're going to fan-made projects, you don't know what Pokemon is. But that would probably, you know, if you got someone who's only watched the shows or something like that, or only seen the cards or something like that, yeah, they might, oh, I gotta, you know, there's a free game that I can play. I really like that. I'll buy the actual title. It really doesn't hurt anybody with these fan-made projects, but that's Game Freak and that's Nintendo. They don't make enough product to satisfy the needs, and when people do their own workarounds so they can enjoy this product, you get sued. I'm not going to tell you directly that, you know, just keep in mind, there are ways you can get these games. I can't tell you where, but you can get these games. I'm not going to fork over $150 to play Heart Gold. I'm sorry. But I do have Dolphin, so we'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to come after me, but y'all just be safe with it. Have a good day.